Anime. We all know it. Most of us love it. And so do I. Now, there are a lot of shows that are really popular. With some being old, and others being, sort of relatively new. You have your Dragon Ball. You got your One Piece. Still don't know what the One Piece is yet. Hunter x Hunter, My Hero Academia. If you're one of the normal fans of that show, I feel bad for you. One Punch Man, and so many more. However, what if I were to tell you there was one show that was the most popular of its time? An anime with such a low budget that people thought it was gonna suck. Well, I'll be telling you that story because in this episode of WallE Talks, we're going far away to a remote archipelago to discuss the rise and fall of one of anime's biggest phenomenons, Kemono, friends. Now, to get into the Kemono Friends spirit, I'm going to be doing this video in a pretty different setting. The actual setting of the anime, Japari Park. Now, as an apology for the Antarctica episode last season, I decided to invite a good friend of mine back onto the show. You all know him. You may love him. Star 17 is here at a park. Now, speaking of Star, where is that guy? Let me give him a call. Dude, where the heck are you?
The middle of the desert, I think?
Well, you're late to the show, dude. Get here ASAP.
Okay. I'll be there as soon as possible.
Good. Until he gets here, let's start the video. That's all we can do. Now, what is Kemono Friends? Well, I am so glad you asked. Kemono Friends is a Japanese media franchise about animal girls known as friends living in a massive zoo called Japari Park. Yes, we're talking about stuff like this today. And they fight monsters known as ceruleans. They're these little weird-looking guys. They bad. The franchise would debut with a mobile game produced by Nexon. The game was released on March 16th, 2015 for Android, and the 19th for iOS, and it was met with lukewarm reception, unfortunately, and it would go on to shut down on December 14th, 2016, and became unplayable from that day forward. However, an adaptation by a small studio named Yaoyorozu, which specialized in 3D animation when it came for anime, was already in production. With that, most people who knew the franchise expected the show to release and be mediocre and slowly forgotten about, just like the mobile game. Now, let's move on. On January 11th, 2017, the anime adaptation for Kemono Friends was released on TV. Now, to summarize the first season without spoilers, it's about a girl who wakes up in Japari Park with no clue about who she is. She meets a Serval cat, uncreatively named Serval, but who cares, who names our main character Kaban, which is Japanese for bag. And the two go on an adventure to find out what type of friend Kaban is, because they don't know what a human is. And along the way, they help other friends they encounter with various problems that they have. It's a simple story, but it's really all it needs to be, as the relationship between Serval and Kaban, as well as the other fun characters, help carry the show, make it a truly wholesome watch. However, let's talk about how people initially viewed this show. When Kemono Friends started airing in Japan and worldwide, many people looked at the show, thought it was weird, and looked like an absolute joke. Now, surface level, you look at the animation and it looks terrible. The studio had no budget for the show, and the actual first episode was very simple and kinda It was expected that the show would fade away into obscurity after it finished airing. However, it did not. As the show progressed, the reception of it turned around. People started to like it, and many fell in love with it by its conclusion, mainly for its comforting yet mysterious atmosphere and its cast of adorable and fun characters. Now, you'd think it would end there, but it did not, because the hype train was still going for this show. Now, the show was a massive hit, not just critically, but also merchandise-wise. In Japan, the series was a huge phenomenon. In fact, the first 2 volumes on Blu-ray of the series would go on to sell over 120,000 copies. Now, that's not entirely fair, as a book was included with them, but I don't care. So much merchandise was made for the series, from plushies to little figurines, and even buckets. Yup, bath buckets with the Kemono Friends name slapped right on it. And guess what? They sold! And not only that, the series would go on to have real-life collaborations with real zoos. And in fact, one of these collaborations would become a very wholesome story between an actual penguin and a cardboard cutout of another penguin character from the TV show. Now, with a successful first season, the only logical thing to do next would be to make a second season. And that's exactly what the people of Katakawa would do. However, it wasn't all sunshines and rainbows. Oh, hold on a second. My phone is ringing. Hello?
I'm in a jungle right now. I think I'm gonna be late at this point.
Great. When do you think you're gonna get here?
I don't know, but when I get there, let's just go home, alright?
Okay. See you soon. Alright. Let's continue. On September 25th, 2017, the director and lead writer of Season 1 of Kemono Friends, Tatsuki, was removed from the project, and eventually the whole studio of Yaoyarotsu was dropped for alleged misuse of the brand, which is partially true. Now, fans were outraged after the news dropped, as many fans stated that Tatsuki and his team were why the first season was so well received. Despite the incident, production of Season 2 continued with a brand new team in studio, and a teaser was released for the new season, and many fans continued to express concerns over it. I mean, who knows? Maybe Season 2 will pull another miracle, right? Right? Oh boy. On January 9th, 2019, fans of Kemono Friends were welcomed back into the world of Japari Park with the brand new season of Kemono Friends 2. The basic summary for this new season is that Surfel and newcomer Karakao find a new human they name Kyururu, this season's new human character. And beside the fact that they're looking for where he is from instead of what kind of friend he is, it's pretty much just the same thing as last time. Upon release, the season would receive mixed reviews from fans, with the plot being a rehash of the first season, the main characters being weaker than before, and the overall feeling of the show being corporate. Overall, it failed to capture the charm that Tatsuki and his team brought to the series. What's happened since? Well, since Kemono Friends 2, there hasn't been a full-length anime based off the franchise since. However, there was an animated series of shorts based off the first game, which aired between and after the first and second seasons. There have been more mobile games since the original Game by Nexon, such as Kemono Friends Pavilion, Festival, Kingdom, and Kemono Friends 3, which actually serves as a sequel to the original game instead of the series. It's called Kemono Friends 3. You'd expect it to be a sequel to the show, but it's just a sequel to the original game. It's kind of confusing. Personally, I've actually played Kemono Friends 3 and Kingdom, and I enjoyed both of them, actually. Another thing I should bring up is Star, because where is he?
Right here.
Oh, there you are. Did you enjoy your adventure?
No, I didn't. I'm out of here.
Oh, come on, it probably wasn't that bad.
It was.
Even though the drama involving its second season kind of killed the hype surrounding the franchise, Kemono Friends is still a wholesome franchise with a great first season, fun spin-off material, and its own line of VTubers that I actually forgot to mention. Despite the bumps in the road, longtime fans and even newcomers alike will always be able to have a fun time with the franchise. Look, there's some rides here we never checked out, so how about we look at a couple?
Rights, you say? I guess. Maybe lighten the mood.
That's more like it. Let's go have some fun, or as they say around here, Tenoshi.
Interesting. Well then, let's have some Tenoshi.